Welcome back, everybody. In this episode of Cooking with Kirby, we're going to be making some chicken enchiladas with the red salsa. Now, this is an easy recipe, and if you actually do some of these steps a little bit beforehand, that way you can just get it done when you're ready to eat. It's really simple to do, but it's really delicious. So no further ado, let's get into the recipe.
Since you're here, hit the like and subscribe button and make sure that the notification bell is ring. Check me out on social media, that way you can get notification of all my new recipes. To start off this recipe, we're going to be cooking up some chicken. Now, you can use whatever chicken you have available. You can use a whole chicken, chicken breast, or like I'm using chicken thighs. I had some chicken thighs left over that I needed to cook, so I went ahead and used that. So this is roughly about 2 pounds of chicken thighs. And I seasoned the water with Knorr's chicken bouillon. I used 3 tablespoons to season it. Now, we're going to go ahead and shred all that meat up, and then we'll go to the next process. Now we're going to be making the red sauce for the enchiladas. I went ahead and used 4 guajillo chilies and 4 California chili pods, and I removed the seeds and the veins from them, along with 5 cloves of garlic and a half of an onion. And basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be filling this up with water, and we're going to go ahead and boil it. Now to cook the chili pods, all we just want to do is just cook it to where it's pliable, about 20 minutes or so. 15 to 20 minutes is what I usually let it cook for. I usually put the water in there and let it come to boil, and it's usually done in about 20 minutes. Now add all the chili pods, the garlic and onion into a blender. We're also going to be adding in about 1 cup of the juice from those chili pods that we just boiled. And we're also going to be adding in 2 cups of that chicken broth. Now that's going to add a lot of flavor for this salsa. So basically we're going to just put everything in the blender and we're going to blend it up. You want to blend this for about 2 minutes. You want to make sure that this is on the highest setting because you want all those chili pods and everything to be liquefied. And also right now is the best time to check if you need more seasoning for your salsa. Now we're going to be straining the salsa. We don't want a paste or like a thick salsa, so we're going to be removing some of the pulp from the chili pods and the onion and the garlic. We want this a little runny, but we're not going to be discarding that pulp. We're going to be using that to put into the chicken. That's going to add some extra flavor to the chicken. So go ahead and strain everything out and place your pulp in another bowl. This is how much pulp I yielded from the straining, so we're going to be using that to place into our chicken. And as you can see, the sauce is a little bit runnier. That's what you're looking for. You want a runny sauce. Now we're going to start preparing the sauce for our enchiladas. So we're going to lay down a couple tablespoons of cooking oil. Then we're going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Now this is over medium heat. You do not want this high because that flour will burn. Now basically here is we're just going to keep stirring and stirring until we cook down that flour and it turns to a nice golden brownish color. We just want to cook it for a couple minutes, and then we're going to be adding in our salsa. Now when you add your salsa into the roux, this is basically what we're making. We're making like a salsa gravy here. You want to add little by little because it's going to start clumping up on you and just getting thick. So, incorporate it into the flour and then add a little more. It's going to break it down and it's going to get nice and smooth. So basically when we're done here, it's going to be a nice, thick, creamy salsa. And the key here is really just to keep whisking. You want to keep that whisk moving, so just keep that in mind. After about a couple minutes, it'll be nicely incorporated. Now it may look a little runny here, but once you turn off the heat, it thickens up. And that's going to be the consistency that we're looking for, is a nice little gravy. Now we're going to start assembling our enchiladas. Now, one key thing is you really need to make sure that you heat up your corn tortillas well. You want to say about a minute per side, because if not, what's going to happen is when you roll it, the tortilla is going to crack on you. So once they are heated up, we're going to give it a dip in that salsa gravy, and then we're going to go on to the next step. Now take your baking pan of choice and we're going to add a little bit of that salsa right on the bottom. That's going to allow everything not to stick. Now we're going to take some of the chicken to fill our tortilla, and we're going to be adding a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese or the cheese of your choice. Now the filling, it's up to you. You could put whatever you want in there. Today we're doing it simple. I'm just doing a little bit of that chicken that I seasoned with the pulp from the salsa, and I'm just adding a little bit of cheese, and then we're just gonna roll it up and we're gonna be placing it in our baking pan. Now for the tortillas, I try to prep like about 6 at a time, so that way I can go by half dozen. It's just a habit that I have doing it. You know, I sauce up about 6 tortillas and then I assemble 6 enchiladas and I put them in the baking pan. And when I need more, then I heat up some more tortillas and dip it in the sauce, and I just repeat this whole process. Now we're gonna add a little bit of salsa right on top of each of those enchiladas just to give it a nice little sauce to it, and then we're gonna be topping it with our cheese. Now you can use different types of cheeses. If you want to pick up the Mexican blend, that works really well also. It's a 3 cheese Mexican blend. Today I'm just using some shredded Monterey Jack cheese, along with some mild cheddar that I had. But you can use the cheese of your choice. Queso fresco actually goes really well with enchiladas, so I make it with queso fresco from time to time. But no matter what, whatever cheese you want to top it with, go ahead and use the cheese of your choice. I put probably about 1.5 cups of each cheese to top it. I love a lot of cheese on my enchiladas, and it's just something I like to do. But go ahead and add as much cheese as you like on there. Now we're gonna take our enchiladas and we're gonna put it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees, and we're gonna let that bake for 20 minutes. This made 20 enchiladas, and as you can see, I have 2 pans there. But yeah, these came out great, and let them rest and get them ready to serve.
Let me know what you think about that recipe. It's really good and it's very delicious. I'll leave the link in the video description and in the comment section, so that way you can go to my website, cookingwithkirby.com, to get the full printable recipe. Now, I have these recipes, they're really good, and you should try them out. Now y'all be beautiful and take care.